Hi viewers, welcome back. As a continuation of our menstrual hygiene, now we'll discuss on some medical terminologies that is related with menstruation. Now first let us see what is menorrhagia. It is nothing but the heavy menstrual bleeding at expected intervals of the menstrual cycle, usually 21 to 35 days. Here you will be assessing for the amount and for the duration of the bleeding. Next, we have oligomenorrhea. It is nothing but the bleeding at intervals of more than 35 days and less than 6 months. It is usually caused by a prolonged follicular phase. Next comes polymenorrhea, where there is regular bleeding at intervals of less than 3 weeks, which may be caused by an luteal phase defect. Then we have amenorrhea, where there is no uterine bleeding for at least 6 months. Menometrorrhagia is a condition in which there is a heavy menstrual bleeding at the usual time of menstrual period, and at other menometrorrhagia is a condition in which there is a heavy menstrual bleeding at the usual time of menstrual period and at irregular intervals. And metrorrhagia is termed when there is an uterine bleeding at irregular intervals. Dysfunctional uterine bleeding is said when there is an ovulatory or anovulatory heavy menstrual bleeding, or by exclusion of pregnancy, medications, iatrogenic causes, genital causes, and systemic conditions. This menstrual blood can be collected by the help of a cloth pad, sanitary pad, or otherwise a menstrual cup, and also using tampons. There is also something called as C-sponge tampons, which have the effect of same sanitary pads. Out of all these methods, sanitary pads play a major role. The advantages of sanitary pads include: it can be used and disposed in an easy way. It has absorbent materials which gives a dry and a comfortable feel. And it also decreases the chance of infection and helps for easy and daily routine work. It is always necessary to change the pads every 6 to 8 hours, and if there is heavy flow according to the need, the pads have to be changed. Let us see how to manage the first periods. First of all, talk with the elder members in your family, as your mother, sister, auntie, grandmother, friends, and whomever who are elder in your family, to have an idea what to do. It is normally a natural process, so don't get scared when you see blood in your underwears. Don't panic and try to tell to someone who is elder to you. And if this is happening in your school, inform your teachers or your friends. And it is always a very happy and a pleasant moment. So you must feel happy that you are growing into a young, beautiful lady. Whenever you have your periods, place a sanitary pad, cloth, or a tissue in your underwears. Never insert tissues or anything inside the vagina. You must always change your pads or the clothes every 2 to 6 hours according to the flow. In case if the flow is little heavy, you have to change the pads little frequently. Even if there is a mild flow, change the pads or the clothes twice in a day so that there is no chances of infection. The do's and don'ts in periods. It is always necessary to have knowledge about the care during menstruation for both males and females. Try to have access to water during these days. Try to change your pads every second to fourth hourly. Facilities for safe disposal of sanitary pads must be available. Take bath twice in a day during your periods. Wash the perineum with water every time after you use the toilet. Try to keep the area clean and dry always so that you can prevent infection. Follow the front to back wash. What is it? It is nothing but washing the perineal region from front to back. That is, first wash the vaginal region followed by the anal region, or otherwise the bacteria from the anal region may enter the vagina, which may cause vaginal infections. Never follow back to front washes, which can cause the growth of bacteria from the anal region. Never douse the vaginal region, which can force the bacteria from the vagina enter into the uterine cavity. Wash your hands after changing your pads, which may cause the spread of infection as vaginal thrush and hepatitis B. Keep the unused pads and clothes in a clean cover for the further use. Use of tampons during other days can lead to vaginal infections. Next comes the disposal of used sanitary pads and clothes. If you are using a cloth, see to that it is washed nicely with soap and water, dried under sunlight and kept in a clean cover for the next use. If you are using a sanitary pad, they must be wrapped properly in a paper and it has to be disposed in the dustbin, which is for the particular use, so that it can be burned later. If no other options, you can burrow it in a latrine pit. If not exposed properly, it may lead to spread of infections as hepatitis B and C. Many girls may experience menstrual pain during these days. So now I'll tell you the management how to cope up with this pain. It is always your positive attitude which is going to decrease your pain perception. Try to have increased exercises and avoid use of tampons so that it may prevent infection. Avoid use of red meat, milk and fatty foods these days. Consume lot of fruits, green leafy vegetables, cereals and pulses during these days. Try to avoid caffeine products and try to take a lot of green tea these days. Stay hydrated with at least 2 to 3 liters of water. Once your menstruation begins, you will be having repeated cycles of menstruation in 28 to 35 days. There are conditions in which menstruation cycle will be altered. So it can happen during pregnancy, birth control pills, eating disorders as your bulimia and anorexia nervosa, PCOS, which is nothing but polycystic ovarian syndrome, and also in some conditions like uterine fibroids. Or otherwise the woman keeps on menstruating every month till her menopause begins. There are signs which indicates that you have abnormal menstrual cycle. That is, when there is a missed periods or if the period stops suddenly. And in case if you have irregular periods, that is, you don't get your menstruation either in 28 days to 35 days cycle, or otherwise you get before, in between. So everything is considered as abnormal menstrual cycle. In case if you bleed for more than 5 days, you must have a consultation with your physician. If the cycle is less than 28 days or more than 35 days, then also it is considered as abnormal menstrual cycle. And if there is an abnormal bleeding in between your periods, then also you have to consult your physician. There are also applications available for tracking your periods, which include the Clue, Eve, Flow, Period Diary, Ovia Fertility and My Cycles app. Hope this video was interesting and informative. Thanks for watching and subscribe for more videos.